Hey, thanks for joining Collett and I for a chat. Now, we are talking about something that is close to many parents' hearts right now, which would probably be, when is a good time to buy your child a phone? Oh, it's a trivial kind of question, and it causes so much controversy in my own home. So, yeah, when is a good time to buy a phone?
So I would say this is the million-dollar question for parenting at the moment. And so my answer is as vague as it depends. Look, let me say firstly, I don't think a child in primary school needs a phone.
Right.
Please don't freak out, parents, if your children have a phone already in primary school, because that's why I said depends. It depends in the beginning, because for some parents, I completely understand. They have a primary school age child catching the train or the bus on their own.
Right.
They don't have older siblings to help them.
And there's trackers. So,
yes,
yeah.
and so there's a lot of safety mechanisms now in phones and so on that are important. So it's not as cut and dried, but I think children generally, if they're up the road, don't need a phone in primary school, if they're up the road from school.
Right.
Once we start bringing in phones, we start bringing in data, and our boundaries around technology really spread and get looser and looser, and it gets more and more difficult to
control
and keep them safe.
Yes.
So I would say even for primary age children, buy your children a dumb phone. Okay. There's still the dumb Nokia phones
it allows
out
you
there.
to contact them,
yes,
and for them to contact you.
Yeah,
it's a safer option.
And I get also there's homes where parents have separated,
yes,
so parents might want to contact their children. The main thing for parents, even in separated homes, please can you try and work out some agreement on what goes on with phones in your home. Your children are the most important. Out of whatever else you might disagree with, your children are important. And so the agreement around technology boundaries is vital. But I also think...
And I think you hit a key there. It's boundaries. It's setting those boundaries.
Yes. Yeah. And also then, you know, some parents say, well, also, you know, what is my 12-year-old mature enough? Yeah. Well, can your 12-year-old even look after their jumper at school?
Right. So it's identifying when are you mature enough, and you know your child.
Yes.
So if they're not looking after their jumper or their lunchbox, or they're losing their drink bottle every other day, maybe they're not that responsible to have a phone.
Maybe they're not ready for an expensive phone. And also, I'm okay with kids getting hand-me-downs. They don't need to be handed the latest fancy model. Getting the hand-me-down phone, proving that they can look after that, and then, you know, earning another phone or whatever. My children had to earn new phones themselves. And even when my children wanted more data, we gave them a certain amount of data. They said, oh, that's not enough for when we want whatever on the way home on the train or the bus. I said, sure, but you can wash the car once a month or twice a month, and then you can get more data. It's okay for children to have to work for little bits of extra things.
Yes.
And then also, once we bring those phones in, it's important to remember, if your child is in primary school and they have a phone, no social media for children under 13.
Right.
That is absolutely vital. So that leads me to then, we need to introduce technology contracts. The minute there's a phone, we start technology contracts in our home.
Right.
So there's a lot to think about when we get a phone, not just handing over the device.
Yeah, I think there's some key things that you've said there. And get the contract, set those boundaries, and keep it safe for your children, because at the end of the day, it's about their safety. So keep it locked right here at Mums at the Table.